performance management. So we have these 4 different performance management strategies. So we have management by objectives. This is where it's a participative setting where a manager and an employee jointly determine a set of employee objectives and goals. So at the end of the review period, performance is measured against these established objectives. So it's literally where the employee and the manager sit down together and they determine some goals that the employee will work towards, and they'll come up with like a time frame. And at the end of that time frame and review period, they're going to measure the performance. How well was the employee at sort of achieving those objectives and goals against those? How well did they actually end up? How well did they achieve those objectives, and what was their progress around that? So yeah, performance management is literally all about just measuring the performance of employees so that some sort of feedback can be given to employees to ensure that they're working to their best um, and meeting those business objectives. Then we have performance appraisals. This is essentially a process used to measure an individual's performance over a set period of time. So the manager, which is the appraiser, and employee, which is the appraisee, they then come together after that period of time to discuss the employee's performance over that period of time. So yeah, after I'm pretty sure some particular types of appraisals, like some forms of appraisals the manager would sort of use to assess the performance of their employees. So they might use like a diary and sort of evaluate them on the job, or use like a ranking system, things like that. But yeah, that's sort of like the main idea of it. It's just measuring their performance over a period of time. Then we have self-evaluation. They measure how well an employee has performed their job, provide feedback to employees, and then establish plans to improve future performance. Seeing if there's any like ways they could improve, and then communicating that so that they can sort of address those things. Self-evaluation. This is when an employee assesses or rates their own performance in a number of areas. Ratings are then compared to those completed by a manager and differences. And the employee is going to be given an opportunity to assess their own performance and rate their own performance in a number of areas. So the manager might give them like a checklist, ask them to rank how like their performance on particular areas. So maybe it might be like customer service. Well, depending on what industry they work on, it might be customer service, speed of delivery, different things like that. And the employee might assess and rate their own performance first. And then separately, the manager is also going to complete the same assessment, rate the employee's performance, and then those ratings are compared to those completed by the manager. And then they would probably discuss the differences as well. So if an employee has ranked themselves incredibly high in a particular area compared to a manager, the manager might ask the employee to justify why they think like that. Or if and then the manager might give them some sort of feedback around why they might have ranked them low in their speed of delivery or something like that, and probably provide some examples and justifications. All right, then we have employee observation. This is where it involves the collection of feedback relating to an employee's performance from other employees, other managers, or even customers. So sort of this is where 360-degree feedback occurs. So it's literally where, mystery shopper. Yeah, you could use the strategies of 360-degree feedback or mystery shopper, but I'll explain what mystery shopper is. It's essentially where while an employee is working, there's going to be a mystery shopper who might be like from another area of the business, who comes in and sort of assesses the employee but that employee is unaware of, you know, that mystery shopper, and so they're going to treat that mystery shopper as like another customer. But in reality, that mystery shopper is actually assessing the employee in terms of their performance, and so that mystery shopper will then, um, write down their feedback and then give that to a manager who can then sort of communicate that to an employee.